with your consciousness. Welcome, I'm Nicole Lisa, love coach, femininity coach, intuitive, psychic. I work with successful, powerful women from all over the world. And this video is not just for women, it's just for everybody. I wanted to address how you can outsmart the principle that AI is going to take away your jobs, right? With consciousness, with clarity, and with power, benevolent power. Okay. Why is it that I talk about this? Because I don't like the frequency that I'm picking up on, that I've been picking up for years. And I've actually done videos about this years ago on how this is just a bigger thing that's happening. Okay. I also have my program, Joyfully Paid, and Love is Easy. The details are below to work at it at the level of kinesiology in your nervous system to reprogram yourself for success and wholeness in all areas. So I want to address this fear, collective fear, paranoia about, AI and how AI is the future. And I'm like, really? How come you're not seeing yourself as the future, right? And why is it important for you to know that with your consciousness, you can overwrite this, you can just live happily? AI is simply a call for us to grow in consciousness, evolve, but at the same time, the energies that are pushing AI on us, they want us to feel fear or they try to control us, right? Basically, it's all about consciousness. So I might do a couple videos about this, but it's important to address. Consciousness is necessary, right? Consciousness speaks to a whole human body, but like soul wise, like if you know about kinesiology, you can measure frequency. If you know about Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi helps you, it helps you connect all over the world. So imagine like the wholeness of whatever the Wi-Fi, the frequency is sending out. You emit frequency, and the consciousness that you choose to stay stuck on can create holes in your field or interference in what you're sending out. It's a lack. It could be a lack of coherence or a presence of it's coherence, but it's one that's tuning into what you want, a happy result, or tuning into you to panic and destruction, and I can't get what I want. And I know you're a powerful person. You're watching this video, right? And you've achieved a lot of things. I tend to work with CEOs, entrepreneurs, high achievers. You've achieved a lot of things, and you can see that this push on AI, while you love some of the benefits that it gives you, you can see that it's not all the way clean. Instead of fearing fear, okay, which is what they want us to do, okay, use this opportunity to be like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, okay? And ask yourself, what is for me to learn right here, right now? So, but it has to, I invite you to look at it through a consciousness lens, not just like, I need to study this certification and I need to learn this certification about AI. I need to be the person that learns the most about AI. That's not necessarily true, okay? I'm hearing there's a push on people that start to learn a lot about AI for that reason, because I'm gonna go for broke. Says it's a fear of being obsolete. Clear the belief that you could ever be obsolete. Okay? Like, who the heck would tell you that you're obsolete? Somebody that is a narcissist, that is trying to make you feel useless, that is trying to make you feel like you are a means to an end for them. They're trying to dehumanize you, all right? And they like having power over people to make people feel desperate. It's a dark force. So as a human being, you can never be obsolete. You have value, you have integrity, you're powerful, you're amazing. Instead of working on expanding the human potential and consciousness, they're trying to break you, okay? So in an effort for you to try to be valuable and to not be obsolete, because that's the frequency that I'm picking up on, I work with the angels of love. I'm a big believer in God, source, and it's a clean energy. I'm not trying to be a cult leader, all right? Like in any shape or form. What I am addressing is there's a lot of people like me that can pick up this darkness. It's enough is enough. You can never be obsolete at all. At all. Okay? So if they're trying to dehumanize your value, they're not investing in you. Okay? They're making you feel like they're going to invest in a robot before you. Clear the anger, the wrath, the resistance, just the feelings that you're having, and you can clear them through kinesiology, through clearing work, light frequency work, different modalities, and then work on your consciousness, a benevolent consciousness, I would say, a kind, just consciousness where you trust in people, okay? Because this is the thing, they're trying to break you from different lenses, okay? On one end, they're making you fear AI, and that your work is going to be obsolete and you're not going to be able to make money, right? On the other end, they're trying to make you stop believing in people, making you believe that people are effed, or people are this, or people are whatever, or people are toxic, or everybody's a narcissist. So you start to isolate yourself, okay? This is what a narcissist will try to do to you. Why do I say that? Because they are an antisocial personality, okay? So this isolation that you're doing, that you're having, it's actually impacting your income, your flow, your manifestations. And yes, you see the darkness, but are you choosing enough light yourself? Okay? So you need to bump up your consciousness. Grow in consciousness. Consciousness is not just an emotion. It's not like an emotional scale. It's a consciousness. And you can look up the consciousness scale by Dr. Hawkins. Okay? So because they're trying to break you, okay? And as I said, they're either making you feel like you're obsolete, but then you can also trust people. So what else do you have? Then it's a form of breakage, because then it makes you feel like you have to get a bunch of certifications in AI and be kind of like this, let's call it worker, right? I'm not going to use the word because it's going to be triggering. And you have to adapt to everything that's happening around you, and you just have to do whatever it is that they want you to do. But when you're sovereign, okay, you look up a map of consciousness and you can see that there is consciousness that really support that. And one of them is joy. Okay. Joy is right before enlightenment. So you see the darkness and you respond in rage. You see the darkness, you respond in apathy. Not respond, you react in anger. You react in apathy. You react in guilt. You react in hate. You react in sadness. It's safe, right, and good for you to feel your emotions. Being in a prolonged state, years in the making, of you fearing that you're going to be obsolete can move you into a consciousness, okay? Where you don't feel safe to be you in the world, or that you're not going to be valued, you're not going to be seen, you're not going to be chosen. You're leaking your power away, okay? So you outsmart this technology by remembering your value, clearing anywhere you allow people to make you feel less than, clearing the competition that you feel not just now with other people, but with a bot. Okay? And you remember that you're made in an image and likeness of God, the creator, universe, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to go there. Okay? But you're a whole being, powerful and magnificent, with capacity to manifest. Now, part of this whole thing is isolation. Okay? Keeping you isolated. It's an antisocial trait. They're dehumanizing people. Okay? They don't care about your values, and they don't care about your safety. Like, they just want you to kind of need them. Okay? So the solution goes back to society. Liking, connecting with other people, knowing who to work with, knowing who has the same similar values as you, being intuitive enough, okay, to know who has good or ill intentions, who's a narcissist and who's not, so that you're not just trying to access this at the level of your mind. Why is this draining and debilitating to you, and how it impacts your money? When you try to solve an issue, like at the same level of consciousness that created, like, as we know, we've heard this statement, we don't know if it's from Albert or his wife, right? Like, that's the issue. Like, when you, like, I'm not gonna go there. Like, it's just an example of what's what, right? But when you partner with people that are narcissists, and I'm not addressing that they are that, I'm stating this now. This is a separate sentence, okay? and I'm not alluding to anything, but there's something about you having a great idea, a genius idea, a lovable, like a loving idea, something to help. And then you're next to other people who have a huge absence of self and they want to be better than you. They want to one up you. And it's very risky. So you grow in consciousness. The more you grow in consciousness, the more intuitive you become, whole you feel, right? So you're growing, basically what you grow in consciousness, your auric field becomes stronger. You're less manipulatable or unmanipulatable, right? And you don't need to fight with the people. Like, you don't need to state that you know what they're doing. You don't need to do none of that. Although some of you, like, it's going to be important for you to do so. But you know how to move in such a way where you get your way, okay? And you're kind and you're going to do good things with it. So what people don't know is that when you start to have these gigantic fears, it creates holes in your aura. As in your aura, as I was saying, it's like an interference, like the frequency of a Wi-Fi. You don't know what it's sending. It's sending out like fear, panic, and it makes you susceptible to people who have this energy that they want to control. They're energy vampires. They need to put you into submission. Okay, so you build your wholeness through working. It's like a psychic attack. So you build your wholeness and you decide what is it that you want to attract. But part of it is believing in people, like having a strong community of people that are just fair and kind. And you can do that when you're intuitive enough. So I'm going to leave it like that. You can do this. Just know that it's not going to be, you cannot heal at the consciousness of, I don't know how to explain this. They are trying to make you feel useless, or that you need to learn everything that they want you to learn. They're trying to dictate what is it that you need to learn to be relevant, okay? And it's dehumanizing because it disconnects from community, right? It's actually appealing to a lot of insecurities in people, okay? They're telling you what you need to learn. Anything that makes you make them more money, okay? And it caps your consciousness and your growth. And on the other end, you cannot heal hating on people and not believing that you can trust on people. There are trustworthy people on the planet, people that are growing, and everybody has a right to learn in consciousness, okay? Right? This is critical. People have a right to learn and to continue to grow and to evolve. So if you have like a bleeding heart, or and I'm getting that example a lot because a bleeding heart, I'm hearing it, I need to explain it frequency wise. It's like a bleeding heart because it's like, I don't want to be obsolete, so let me just learn what is it that they tell me that I have to learn. But also a bleeding heart is trying to get other people to see you and recognize you. It's like a wound of an inner child that hasn't healed, right? So it comes from needing like your parents to see you. Maybe you have parents who watch a lot of TV. You have to like fight for attention. That's the bleeding heart frequency. Like, or it's an energy of an artist that feels, because I keep hearing like, or artists, like I see like, oh my God, I'm doing all this work and people are going to see it. A few people are not going to see it. They're trying to exploit that. So you got to believe that people are going to see you, choose you, like you. You know what I mean? And work on your consciousness so it's whole. See, joy is right below the enlightenment, okay? And when you work on your joy at all levels, people can break or penetrate your field. So if somebody tries to come at you like, you should be my bee, right? Like, you should do everything that I want you to do, right? And learn everything that I want you to learn. And I want to take away your free will. And I want you to, like, just whatever it is. Like, I want you to fight for my attention, because that's what they're doing. That's part of what's happening in some of these apps too. It's like you have to guess what you need to talk about. Like, you have to speak about what's trending, not about what is real or can connect. Okay? Then it's like you feel like you have no choice, and then you start getting depleted, tired, apathetic. You start having adrenal issues. You start having a bunch of stuff. Okay? Because you don't feel like you can fully access your creative energy and that people are going to like it. So joy is actually a frequency when people, it's so high, because you have to understand, like, they are operating at the consciousness of, I think it's 125, desire. The process is enslavement, all right? like they try to put you into submission. It's a really low frequency. Joy is so above that when you feel that, it's just going to fall off of your field. But if they're trying to make you feel fear, which is 100, I think, or 200, no, it's 100, right? It's right there. Fear and enslavement, like fear and like the desire and leading to enslavement. If you feel so much fear, if they try to make you feel like the way, like you cut off your creativity, you cut off your joy, you got to strengthen your consciousness, okay? And it helps you and it benefits you that other people grow in that space too. It's like the time of being a narcissist or like just bleeding out for people to see you, and like you having to compete to be seen are over. Like wake up, they're making you compete with a robot. Do you want to do that?